from Flat, which one? Oh my God, it's hard. Flatiron Communications. Sofia Santos from Fabra Ventures. And Amir Orad from Slicense. Okay, and let's start with the first StopMyCraving with...
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, judges. Have any of you ever had a craving? Have any of you ever tried to reject that craving? And have any of you ever found yourself, moments later, binging over that bag of crisps or cookies? If this is you, I don't want you to worry, because 100% of women actually experience cravings throughout their lives, and so do 70% of men. In 2011, this was me. I had an incredibly bad eating habit, I had food allergies, and I also was struggling with a back injury. Reluctant that this was not going to ruin my life, I needed to turn my life around and overcome my cravings. So I went to research, and I looked at research from Harvard that proved that to beat a craving, you have to meet a craving. And that's what I tried to do. But I asked myself, with the food industry where horse meat scandal is the new normal, how can I trust what goes into my body? There was no reliable solution on the market, and that's what I wanted to create. Going to the grocery store that same day, I started to listen to people's needs. Somebody was talking about losing weight. Another one's son had ADHD and they wanted to avoid sugar. And how can they find a healthy alternative? And I said, wow, what if we can really help all of these people? And that's what we did. I wanted to create a platform where we have all the healthy alternatives combined with natural producers, and our solution today is StopMyCraving, an app that allows you to type in your preferences, search whatever you're craving, find that from natural producer, and buy it on location or in the app. Our business model is online sales. We take a commission from any online sales. We also have an advertising model that is ethical with a flat-fee structure, and we will add analytics in year 2. This will accumulate to approximately 18 million in revenue in year 5. Our plans are to go global, and right after Websummit, we've been interviewed on Food Transparency Matters with global CEOs and are going to present at the Food Matters Live, this video that we've been taking a part of. We tested the version with our target groups through Diabetes UK, but also Pure Gym. And we have a really strong group of brands that believe in us because they're being squeezed out of the conglomerate food industry that asks them to charge up to £50,000 just to enter, and they control everything from farm to fork. They need us, and our partners are going to help us enter into those corporate markets, which are the trade chambers. We do have some competition, but none of them which embodies health tech, food tech, and also the disruption that we want to see happen within the food industry through an AI search algorithm. If you look at the market, just in the UK and the US, we have 550 million people that are diagnosed. But from a global perspective, the food industry is going to be a whopping $1 trillion next year. We can embody both people that come from Asia, Africa, and to the Americas by enabling them through a platform to reach consumers directly and cut out all the middlemen that are the big food industry with the linkages. Our team is small yet efficient. We have a design and development team, and we also have an advisory board that is completely C-level, ranging from food transparency, food safety, financials, and pharmaceuticals. What we've done so far is that we've bootstrapped the whole project, we've launched an MVP, and we've tested it with the industry. Now we're looking to scale, and we need your help. And that's why we're looking for £100,000 for 10%. Thank you for your time.
Questions, please?
Your app is called StopMyCraving, but you seem to facilitate the ability to get whatever you crave.
That's correct. It is a completely different notion than what the dieting industry has taught us. The dieting industry has taught us, coming from San Francisco, that you should not meet cravings, that they're not a natural part of your body. But research from Harvard has been very significant, proving that when you get a craving, it's the body's natural sign that there is a nutrition within that food you need. However, 90% might not be good for you, and therefore, when you meet a craving with a healthy alternative, it will be stopped immediately, and you won't crash afterwards, and you won't long for more and more and more and more, which leads to this binging, habit, basically.
So you're satisfying your craving with something more helpful?
Yes.
Okay.
So you put your MVP out to the industry or do actual users, and what's your traction there?
We have a traction of, we have 200 businesses, 35 partners that are now making sure that it works for the people that are really looking to
So
implement it.
what did you learn from the 1,000 users?
Well, this is our second version. So our learnings we implemented. What we learned was that they wanted a more product-centric app. They still needed their preferences, but they wanted to have online purchases in click and collect. So that's what we've structured our strategy throughout. We've streamlined the business model from B2B and B2C, and that's why we want to create this platform that can not just help the users, but also empower the businesses through analytics to make smarter choices, to become more competitive, and effectively go into any society wherever you are. If you just have a mobile, you can become the seller of your products and reach customers you didn't know were in your industry.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the addressable market? So, the addressable market.
Yes.
So, who is the specific target of this application?
Well, I mean, of course everyone has cravings, but when we look at the numbers, we are focusing on people who have diabetes, people who are overweight, who have obesity issues, who have eating disorders, and food allergies. And this is effectively 50% of nearly all people on Earth, particularly in the Western society. And that's sort of the addressable market when it comes to B2C. When it comes to industry, so what they did is they basically pegged the crops prices to the oil prices, and since that happened, the oil prices crashed, which forced small producers to sell out even more. So they were either supposed to go bankrupt, they were supposed to starve, or white label their products, and they don't stand a chance. So now that's what's happened. They own even more of the industry, and people who are producers are desperate for a solution to just stay in business and not give up their land.
What's the strategy to have those partners within the industry, the ones that are supplying the products that will show up in your app? What's the strategy for acquiring those partners?
So currently what we do is we seek out partners at annual events, because they will be at artisan events, small food fair events that don't charge a lot of money for them. That gives them a big platform to enter, to reach the people that they want to reach. However, what we're seeing is that they want to have transparency, which is a part of his question, throughout also their sales process. And they want to be the ones that upload the product. So what we can do with this money is we can scale the back end so that it become completely automated, and we can reach much more producers just by having a platform that allows them to upload all the information, and we then have an internal system that checks those products.
And just last question, the products are sent via UPS or via parcel, or and are you going to be able to compete with Amazon now that it's in the food business? And are these products not available locally at your store, at the Whole Foods or some of the more?
Not all of them are, no, because Whole Foods are bombarded with products. So what producers will do, we hear stories that they put products in front of the door of the CEOs of Whole Foods that please choose our products because they have such a big offering. So what these producers do is that they typically, it comes down to proximity when you talk about the logistics, because they have different delivery companies, and depending on the proximity within that area, they can have a delivery company that can do it within the hour, within the week, within the day, and then we can allow that platform to be up to what that producer wants. So these are my options. So if the consumer wants their craving met, this is how fast we can do it, either through the click and collect, and we can also support that process by going into click and collect in the retailers and partnering with the stores and allowing customers to get that experience as well.
Thank you, Sophia.
Good luck with it, Sophia.
Thank you.
We have to wrap up. Okay, so let's welcome on stage Luis Bondil.